And as he mentioned, stay with Fox Business for live coverage of that Crew 9 splashdown. It is happening here on Fox Business just before 6 p.m. Meanwhile, Elon Musk's mission is also to make humanity multi-planetary. He just confirmed that SpaceX's Starship will launch for Mars at the end of 2026, carrying Optimus, Tesla's humanoid robot, and suggested humans could follow as early as 2029. But not everyone is convinced. Former NASA astronaut Jose Hernandez says the timeline too eager, saying that, quote, we're still a good 15 years away from going to Mars. But Musk is optimistic. He's even spotted at the White House wearing his favorite Occupy Mars t-shirt. And pop quiz, who wants to go to Mars? I do, because Axe and Uber Eats are launching a challenge to college basketball fans. Pick a perfect March Madness bracket and win a free trip. But I wouldn't start planning that trip to the stars just yet. The odds of filling out a perfect bracket are 1 in 9.2 quintillion. All right, quick show of hands pop quiz. I know Jackie and I are going to Mars. Who else wants to go?
Going.
What?
No,
oh, Brian,
Did you say no, Jay?
If I have to hide from somebody, then send me to Mars. But otherwise, no.
I am going to hide.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then go.
And Brian, you are our negative Nancy on the show today.
No, I don't
Not
wanna go.
interested?
I'm not going.
Also negative, Nancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going.
Why not?
I've flown with the Thunderbirds and just pulled 9 Gs in a plane that never went into orbit.
Why not Mars, Brian?
I know what happens to the body, the human body.
Well, I'm going to listen to Dagan on that because she knows something about it. But number 2, you eager beavers to go to, Mars. Okay. Do you know anything about like the food situation going to Mars? The RFK Jr., everything's got to be fresh and wholesome food kind of thing. How do you think they get food for a 1 billion mile trip?
I know. We have to package it,
Freeze-dried.
right?
Well, if you can put that much on, I mean, they're trying to grow plants in outer space to learn how to do this, but I'm just saying you're not going to be able to get your diet in there. They got to recycle everything on this trip. You know that, right? Like not just water, and energy.
I'm understanding.
Okay?
Okay.
So I'm just saying it's not going to be like, your like cushy life here.
Jump in here.
Yes.
So I had said before I didn't want to do commercial space travel, right, when we talked about some of these flights that were going up. But Mars is something completely different. The same way we sent the first astronaut to the moon, 1969, I believe it was July 20th, to be able to make a breakthrough like this and put a robot, I guess it would be not a real person, but put a robot on another planet, to me is absolutely fascinating. And I respect the astronaut's comments and his expertise and experience, but I think if there's anybody that can do this, it is Elon Musk. And I think that it's amazing that we've got AI and robot capability that can go along with it this time, where you can take less risk by, sending a machine up there. He has defied all odds. And there's something that has been lost here in the United States with respect to all this diversity, the equity, the inclusion, lowering the bar of our innovation, lowering the bar of our greatness. And that has not been lost on Elon Musk. So I want to see him do this. I want to see him do it faster than everybody else and be really successful, because we want to go back to, and I think we're trying to do that with this administration and DOGE and all these different departments trying to clean things up, where we're saying, yes, we're America, we're great. Of course we are. But it also takes extra greatness to be invested in your companies and your systems to be able to do that. That doesn't just come from nowhere, and it doesn't come from not having the best doing and designing, for example, a flight to Mars.
Jay, from a market perspective, and I know Tesla aside, a lot of Elon's companies are private, SpaceX, Neuralink, XAI, but it speaks to the classic American dream. You come here and you can build these multi-billion-dollar private companies. There are actually some ETFs where you can get into SpaceX and try to hold a piece of it. But how do you think about that entrepreneurship and the way that it really translates into the market?
Well, we're still waiting for that autonomous driving to come through. I mean, it's 2025. I thought we'd have flying cars right now. I mean, maybe I watched too much Jetsons growing up. But no, the innovation and the hope and what he's done on the space side is just unbelievable. We're catching rockets out of midair. So when you hear his dreams of doing this, it's unbelievable. It's tough to say he can't get this done, but I don't know if there's enough time in the day for Elon Musk to do this on top of everything else he's doing. And that, I think, is one of the reasons why Tesla's been under so much pressure, because he's got all these dreams and hopes, and he's doing some great things, but at the same time, how do you focus on that? So, you know, to me, it's more of a show me, but yeah, if you can get to Mars and hide in a few years, that would be pretty cool.
Be perfect for me.
Yeah, I want to know what you're hiding from now. I think that's the story. But, you know, as far as Tesla goes, the innovation, unbelievable, but I think investors want to see him get back to work and want to see some results. But as far as going to Mars, I don't doubt him for 1 second he'll get that done in our lifetime.
Dagan, our 9Gs aside, what do you think?
I hope that America continues to attract dreamers and attract and create people who are industrialists in the mold of Elon and Andrew Carnegie, because that's our future. And it goes back to what we were talking about artificial intelligence, that regardless of who they voted for, I would say most people in the tech business are libertarians, and they just want the government to get out of their way. And the less government, the better. And I was telling somebody this morning, well, you should start voting that way.
Good
Yeah,
point.
well said. I will just say, when we landed that rover on Mars, I was in tears. It was like the closing bell, and I thought we should be covering equity markets, and then it landed on Mars, and I totally lost it. And I was in tears. I was like, okay, never mind. No one cares about the markets. We only care about going to Mars.